Hey, what's what's going on? Here's the thing. I can't stand when it's like the thing. Hold on 1 second. Ay, ay. O-M to the G. What up, Vic the Brick? What up, Raquel? Job? Here's the thing. Something that I have seen in content creating, right? First, it was, oh man, I just cracked my nail. Ew. If I pull that, it's going to hurt. Oh boy. Awesome. So, what I've noticed is people use that little teeny tiny lapel microphone, and it annoys me. Like, why are you holding it like a normal microphone? Then something that kind of like I get, but whatever. I feel like it's like a fad when you have a podcast that's a video as well. People hold their microphone. Now, I remember when there was times when I was like the Sunday Night Stew, host the Sunday Night Stew, you hold your microphone because it's just easier because you can just move it wherever you go. Whereas if it just was right here, so I get that. I have my old microphone because this is malfunctioning again, and it makes me so annoyed to no end, let me tell you. I have a new gig and we filmed some stuff and I had to do some voiceover. And the voiceover I have to do is in a distorted voice that I was like, yeah, no problem. I can do it. This has a mind of its own. It picks and chooses when it wants to work. So here we are, the old microphone. I ditched this microphone. I tried to because it started messing up. So hopefully we won't have any issues today. So anyways, we got a little Minnie over here, the podcast dog. Thank you very much. It is Sunday morning. Happy Sunday fun day. Let's see here. There's a problem, it looks like, over here with Secret Society. Okay, let me remove this. Remove. If you're watching this on the one of the Shelly Live pages, it's probably not working. Hold on. Let me see if this works. Hopefully that'll work. All right, today's going to be a little bit of a different stream with you guys, and it works out for me because I have plans today and I got to kind of hurry. But I wanted to make sure I did a stream because yesterday I did a stream with my Vampire Lounge members over there on Patreon, and I wanted to make sure to do a stream with all of you guys over here. So just want to make sure, first of all, that my connections, because I keep getting a warning saying that my connections aren't really working. So why don't we put on some music? Or how about this? Here's a gimmick, you guys. Here's the gimmick for today, the theme of the show. I went out of my way to download public domain cartoons. Yes, Saturday morning cartoons has more of a ringing of the bell title. But you bet your sweet ass we were all watching Sunday morning cartoons as well. It just was a little different. So once you sit back, relax, we're going to watch this. I'm going to make sure all the streams are going well. I'll see you guys in the chat room. And I'm all prepared. See, I'm all prepared. So this first cartoon we're going to be watching is Popeye for President. And the facts that I dug up was Popeye and Bluto are both running for president. They are tied with exactly the same number of votes, but Miss Olive Oil has yet to cast her ballot. Which candidate will be able to impress her the most and earn her vote? Now, here's the thing before we get into Popeye, Bluto, and Olive Oil. This gal, olive oil, kind of a bitch. She strings Popeye along so much. I wish Popeye would meet some hot, she gets it, your Sailor Man vibes that also eats spinach and it rejuvenates her. Olive Oil is such a bitch. Like she's abusive to Popeye and he takes it. So sit back, relax, and let's see Popeye for president until he literally has to prove himself to her. Now, look, I'm a gal. And I'm a gal that's been with a lot of douchebags in my day. So, yeah, when I realized I didn't want a douchebag anymore, I kind of made dudes prove themselves to me. So, once they proved themselves to me, I had their back. Popeye continually proves his love and devotion to this gal, Olive Oil. Sometimes she's lovey-dovey with him. Sometimes he thinks, oh, it's on. We are hot and heavy. And then freaking Bluto comes around, and when she sees an opportunity with Bluto that she can ride his coattails or be in a better position, whatever the case may be, abandons Popeye. Abandons him. And poor, pathetic Popeye, what does he do? He keeps proving himself to this bitch over here that can't even sit still if another opportunity is over there. Grass is greener on the other side. And she always gets screwed over when she dips her toe on that side. And who's there to save her? Effing Popeye. It ain't right. It ain't right. And I feel sorry for Popeye. And if Popeye was my friend, I'd be like, look, dude, I love you. And I keep seeing you get screwed over by this gal who at this point doesn't deserve you. Olive Oil doesn't deserve you. You know who she deserves? Bluto. They're both in it for themselves. They both are egotistical. Well, poor Popeye just sees the good in her and fantasizes over the good so that he turns the other cheek to when she's being mentally abusive to him, breaking his heart because he just doesn't want to see that she's that gal. And you know why I know this? Been there, done that. So there you freaking go. Hey, what's up, Big Time Bri? Shout out to you. Okay, so next we're going to have a Woody Woodpecker cartoon. And oh my God. So if you follow me on Twitter, you know that for years I tune in with a show called Tune In. Hey, the Tune In with Me show. Oh my gosh, the Toonie show. What is wrong with me? I can't get it together. I think that Popeye, Olive Oil, Tune In with Me, Tune In with Toonie, whatever. I watch it. I've been watching it for years. I've seen it change. And if you're watching this and you're somebody that also was way into it, I'd be interested in hearing your opinion of it now, because it's definitely a different show than it was when it first started. I still love it and I still watch it almost every morning. I have it on DVR, so if I miss an episode, I definitely have it there and I'll watch it when I can. Kind of like a Svengoolie. I've been behind my Svengoolie, but just life has been happening. But good old DVR. Shout out to the DVR. So, one of the things that they added this year, was Woody Woodpecker cartoons. And I love it because I remember watching on the weekend Woody Woodpecker, and I don't know why, but the logo was Walter Lantz, and then Woody Woodpecker is on a horse, and he has that jousty thingy, and it's like, shoo. That always stood out to me, and I don't know why. And so when Woody Woodpecker returned, or not returned, but in my life, returned into my life on Tune In With Me, I was like, that logo, the first episode that they showed, I was like, dude. So here's the little facts I dug up on this episode we're about to watch: Woody Woodpecker and Pantry Panic. Weatherby Groundhog predicts cold winter and advises all the birds to fly south, but Woody Woodpecker decides to stay and nearly starves. This one is animated by Alex Lovey and Leslie Klein. The story is by Ben Hardaway and L.E. Elliott, and the music is by Daryl, I hope I'm saying this, Chalker. And why those things are important is because I love music. If you know me and you've been watching my stuff, I love animation. So when music and animation, they typically, especially back in the day, go hand in hand. I think that's why The Simpsons really has my heart, because not just because the comedy in it and everything like that, everything like that is there. They use a lot of stuff like Henry Mancini and things of that nature. They just know what they're doing, and I like it. So sit back, relax. Let's go check out this Woody Woodpecker. And I know I'm going to get the feelings, as they say, when I see that Walter Lantz. How cute was that? Here's the thing. I don't know why, but when it's like the OG Woody Woodpecker, like Woody Woodpecker version 1.0, and he has those stubby, fat legs, it creeps me out. I don't know if it's because I'm conditioned and brainwashed of how he looked after that look. Because correct me if I'm wrong, that look didn't last that long. They updated it. So it's not just me that didn't like that look. So yeah, and you know, it's funny about this cartoon. I can relate to it on so many levels right now because I have so much going on in my life as you loyal. I can't talk today. My goodness. I'll get into why in a second. You loyal viewers out there know I've been going through it, and it's funny because, you know, Woody Woodpecker got the warning, like, go fly, go be warm, don't stay here. And he was like, it's fine, I'll just stay here, I got all I need. And then all these chains of events happened out of his control. He went with it, worked with it, but little did he know there was going to be a hungry cat out there just waiting. Such has been my life. So I can relate to this cartoon. It's deep. It's not just a cartoon today, ladies and gents. It's deep. That's what she said, and I wish she. Anyways, up next, I have one that I was so excited that was on the list of public domain. Miss Betty Boop and Minnie the Moocher. Now, for those of you that don't know, this is Minnie Minerva the Moocher. She's my baby. And I've had her since 2020. I got her because I had two mini pinchers, Fred and Ethel Mertz. And Ethel lived to be 15, Fred to be 20. I had Fred first, so it was really unexpected that Fred would end up outliving Ethel, but Ethel had diabetes and things like that. So she had other things going on that shortened her life. God bless both of my freaking babies. Oh my freaking God. I miss them every day. You people out there that know, you know, it is something you'll never get over. You just learn how to deal with it. Well, I saw how important it was for Fred to have Ethel, or excuse me, for Ethel to have Fred in her end of life. And when we had to put her down. And before we did, we let them say a little goodbye. And Ethel had been real pathetic up until that point. It's real lifeless, you know. Couldn't even go to the bathroom on her own. And for the first time in months, I saw her perk up when her and Fred's noses touched each other. It was like seeing the old Ethel come alive for just a second before she had to leave this earth, right? And so I realized how important Fred was to her, not just her whole life, but at that end of life, you know? And so when Fred, he started to like, he couldn't walk on his own and things like that, I was like, God, like, it's coming. I got to get him an end of life partner. He deserves that. So enter Minnie. Sorry, Minnie. Sorry to get you out of your cozy spot. Enter little Minnie. Now, I rescued Minnie, or excuse me, I should say I adopted Minnie from a rescue. And her story was that she lived with she had an elderly owner, Jane. Shout out to Jane, wherever she is. And she passed away. So Minnie kind of was in limbo with Jane's family. And then she just, now how I know Minnie, I bet you family members had other pets and Minnie gets very territorial. She thinks she's a human. She is human. She's not a dog. And she's not good with other dogs. She's good with people, but not other dogs. So they gave her to the rescue, and I thought it was perfect because Minnie had just lost her owner, and she was only 3 years old. So she's new to life. And here I lost my babies. Or excuse me, my one baby, Ethel, and Fred was on his way. And I thought it was a perfect match. So did the rescue. So I went and got her. And when we went and got her, we found out that because she is a Chihuahua and Dachshund mix. And so people didn't like how long she was. They thought she was like a more petite Chihuahua, where she's little Minnie. But I'm glad. I'm glad she was too long for those people because she was meant to be with me and Mertz. And she was a good little sister to Fred. And you know, I've always been into old school music. Cab Calloway is one of my favorites. I really feel it wasn't just my rockabilly days that Cab Calloway became my like vibe. I think it's because of these old school cartoons. There's so many old school cartoons from back in the day that gave like parodies or a little shout out or a nod to freaking Cab Calloway. And one of them is this freaking Betty Boop. And I love that it's called Minnie the Moocher because that's who I have, Minnie the Moocher. So let's watch Minnie the Moocher. I love the Fleischer Studios stuff, everything that comes out of there. But let's read the facts that I came up with on this site. Okay, Minnie the Moocher, 1932, is a Betty Boop cartoon produced by the Fleischer Studios and released by Paramount Pictures. The cartoon opens up with live-action sequence of Cab Calloway and his orchestra performing an instrumental rendition of St. James Infirmity. Then Betty Boop gets into a fight with her strict Yiddish-speaking Jewish parents, runs away from home with her boyfriend Bimbo, and sings excerpts of the Harry von Tiltzer song, They Always Pick on Me, and the song Mean to Me. All right, I'm here for it. Again, I love music. Exactly, in the chat room. Hi. Whoa. And I think that's also why, oh my gosh, are you guys into not Royal Crown Review, Big Bad Voodoo Daddy? They do a good Minnie the Moocher. I saw them live not too long ago, and I was like, dude, I hope they play Minnie the Moocher, and of course they did. All right, here we go. I just downloaded these cartoons off of this website. Shout out to that website. Shoot. Publicdomainmovies.net. Is it? Shoot, man. I should have had that down. I thought I did. I thought I had it printed on here. Either .net or .com. Public domain movies. And I'm so grateful for it because their catalog of stuff is stuff not only that I grew up with, but that I consistently watch and love, or a genre of that. And so that's when I was like, yeah, dude, why not? Tomorrow I'm going to be doing a stream because of my schedule in the morning. Let's do these cartoons. So I downloaded these, and I've seen so many different Popeyes, so many Betty Boops. So I was just like, I've probably seen it, like whatever. And so I kind of wasn't ready for all this, especially this mini the Moocher one, because we went deep with the Mertzes. God bless those damn Mertzes. Oh, on this Shabbat. And Betty Boop over here, I've never seen this. And I can't even begin to tell you from top to bottom how much I relate to this Betty Boop cartoon that I've never seen until right here hanging out with all of you. So many levels. But at the end of the day, because I'll be here forever and I got things to do, that's what happens when you go stick around. All right, we got 2 more cartoons. I hope you're enjoying the show today. A little different. It's always nice to change it up here and there. And I like a good theme. It's Saturday morning. We're getting going here. If you're over there on the, like, you're ahead of me. Like right now, it's about to be 11. So maybe it's now the afternoon, but you get it. All right. Up next, we have Popeye Cooking with Gags. And this one, short and sweet, the little explanation for it. Bluto plays all sorts of gags on Popeye and Olive Oyl. Olive Oyl. What are we calling her that? Because I don't like her. Vile. She's vile. Olive Oyl. Olive Oyl. April Fools. I'm mixed with April Fools because, again, I like a good theme. So usually on April Fools, on like Comedy Central or channels like that, they'll play a marathon of movies that I love. A lot of John Candy, a lot of Dan Aykroyd, a lot of just like the movies I grew up loving, a lot of Chevy Chase. So I appreciate the theme of it. I also appreciate a good April Fool's joke, but not when you're hurting somebody or something like that. Like, I don't know. And then when you're just straight up lying, but then I guess that's the thing. Okay. I thought one year I had a real good April Fool's joke. Okay. So this was years ago. And I had post something that made it look like I got signed to WWE again. But if you clicked on the link for like see more here, it was a little meme of Sheldon Cooper and it said Bazinga. I can't tell you how many people text me, people who had ghosted me for years. Congratulations, you deserve it. I knew you would be back. That was when I was like, dang. You really just showed me who you are, didn't you? But anyways, so there's situations like that. Well, yeah, it worked out, but man, it was a tough pill to swallow to be like, I didn't know it was like that, you asshole. So now, oops, check out Popeye. What is it called? Now I'm all worked up. Where's the damn paper? Cooking with Gags. Fair weather. That's who Olive Oyl is. She's a fair weather kind of person. You know what's interesting? Spinach. I've been thinking about I need a little bit more spinach in my diet. You know, I used to have in the morning, I typically have eggs in the morning. That's a good source of protein for me because I don't eat land animals. So spinach, I used to mix it up in there, and I think I just kind of got spinached out for a while. But you know what? I think watching these Popeyes with you guys is my sign from the universe. Then I need to eat some more spinach. Maybe this is a sign for you too. I don't know. But anyways, I don't have much to say about that episode except everything I said earlier. And if this was real life, I'd say Popeye, please. Please. You were in a toxic, abusive relationship. And there's a girl out there that she's going to love you for you, your imperfections and everything you bring to the table. And if you're over here distracted with freaking olive oil, like, what if that messes up your chance of connecting with that girl? Effing Popeye, get some help. Anyways, last but not least, we have another Popeye, and this one's called Assault and Flattery. This is Bluto is suing Popeye for assault. They both show the judge some scenes from their cartoon to prove their case. So this should be interesting. All right, let's see what this triggers, because I'm sure it'll trigger something. And there you have it. You know what is so interesting about this? Later today, I'm going to be around somebody I recently had a really ugly falling out with. And I can see the other people that are going to be around having to be the judge. It's deep, people. It's deep. But you know what I learned? There's no coincidences in life. We watch this together. It applies to my life. And what the takeaway is for me: tell the truth. And as long as I have me spinach, it's probably fine. Thank you guys for joining me for this Sunday cartoon morning chat. I hope you had a fun time. I know I did. I'm going to be doing some more fun little things like this. So stay tuned. Follow me on all the things. And until next time, I'm Shelly from Cali, and I'll be smelling all of you later.